A lot for that. Have a great day. So that's the word coming in from Motilal Oswal on the F&O ideas. We still have Deven Choksey with us. By the way, the pre-opening rates are settling much lower actually, down almost about 1% on the index, the Nifty that is. The Sensex as well is down 235 odd points. Just pull up the Nifty constituents for you. The drag is really coming from names like Bharti Airtel, Hero MotoCorp, Maruti Suzuki, ICICI Bank. So basically, it's profit taking that you're seeing across the board because these are stocks that have done quite well. NDTV, by the way, is still up about 5 odd % in pre-opening. So we'll watch out for that stock closely. And on the upside, ONGC, Dr. Reddy's, Wipro are a couple of stocks that are in the green. But Deven Choksey is still with us. Deven, on the IT names, because of this variable pay cut, we spoke about it yesterday and a couple of days ago as well. Do you think the worst of the news is priced in? And what would you do with some of these large cap IT names now?
So, Sonia, my understanding is that I think these are the challenges, I think, which is likely to continue for some more time, I would think. I think on one side, you have a significantly large amount of shift taking place in the global market, wherein IT is becoming, I think, more of a service item, more of a consumption item in your P&L. Apart from, I think, the capital investments, I think amount of subscriptions are being taking place, I think, for the services that one is using in the IT side. So the demand for the IT services, I think, on rise. And when you look at the likes of TCS, likes of Infosys and such other companies, even in mid-tiers, I think they are basically acquiring the customers with a 5 to 7 year kind of a contract. And in some of the cases, I think they're $1 billion contracts. Some of the cases, I think they're $100 million plus contract. And the mid and small size companies, I think, are talking about $10 to $50 million contract as well. So I think this is one area where I'm observing that I think the demand scenario remains extremely strong. And as far as I think the growth is concerned, that provides good amount of visibility for the next 5 to 7 years for each of these companies in different contracts. On the other side, yes, the challenges are related to the attrition. Challenges are related to retention of talent. And as a result of which, I think the companies are finding it slightly difficult at this point of time, or largely difficult, I would say, at this point of time in managing the cost. So maybe this is a transitionary phase as I see it. Maybe I think we are likely to see some resolution to this particular subject over next few quarters. How it will happen, how soon it will happen, I think the time will tell. But I would think that many of the larger companies would be in a better position to deal with this kind of challenges that they are facing currently. The good part is the business, I think, which is continuing to grow. So that is where I still remain more confident in IT companies and their business models.
Okay, just looking at some more names, by the way, in the pre-open, Bharti Airtel is down about 2%. That's interesting. It's been one of the strongest stocks. Maruti Suzuki is the other one. Now today crude is up, so perhaps that will have some impact on some of these names. Kotak Mahindra Bank is the other one. In fact, Deven, a word on Kotak Bank because there was this expectation of FTSE inclusion that didn't happen, but the stock's been a rank underperformer regardless. What would be your view here?
So, Anuj, I think I like the bank, I think largely from the point of view that they are extremely measured as far as I think their approach to the credit expansion is concerned in the book. And I think in last 2 years when the situations were uncertain, I think they applied, I think, good amount of breaks in expanding their book. So to a greater extent, I think they are not getting the advantage of, I think, improved economy at this point of time. But having said that, in the current year, I'm seeing the strategy is to acquire the larger amount of corporate customers. And that is where I think probably the bank is positioning well. The retail part of the business continues to do well as far as I think most of the corporate banks are concerned. In my viewpoint, I think those lenders who are careful about, I think, not expanding the book in uncertain times, I think they do protect their balance sheet from getting into the trap of NPAs. And that's what I think the likes of Kotak, likes of Bajaj Finance have, I think, shown with an example. In my viewpoint, fundamentals are remaining in place. Most of the franchises, I think, that the company has built within their entire organization, most of the BUs that they are operating with, they are basically value accretive. In my viewpoint, I think stock remains, I think, a good choice to invest into the portfolio. I believe that I think the fundamentals are strong and probably I think one could possibly have, I think, better results going forward, given the kind of approach that they are now having for expanding the book size, particularly in the corporate loan side. I think that is where I like to buy the stock, I think, given the opportunity at this point.
Okay, Deven, we'll let you go on that note today. Thanks a lot for joining us. Have a good day. The pre-open has settled.